What's up everyone? Welcome back to another video. I have a haul to share with you as if I haven't been hauling enough already, but there are some exciting new releases and so many goodies. So that's what we're doing today. If you're new here, my name is Yana. We do all the fun fragrance things. So please hit that sub button, stick around. We'll explore all the fragrances together and let's just jump right in. So this fragrance here I had to repurchase. This is Kryptonite from Khalil T. Recently hyped niche brand. So this smells like a almondy, creamy type of scent. It's woody. It's very strong almondy scent. It's really beautiful. It smells a little bit like Carner Barcelona Tardes, but that one's a little bit softer. I feel like this one has more babam. One thing to say is that this is me purchasing the fragrance. The first bottle was sent to me. Now I had to repurchase it. Duties are a killer, as I learned. So I did have to pay about $40 in duties, and I'm in Canada. So just so you guys know. But the reason why that I have to repurchase a lot of fragrances is because I run a decant shop called thescented.ca where you guys can sample anything. And that is why I had to repurchase this, because it has been super duper hyped. And it is in fact one of the most long lasting almondy type of scents. Now, I have a new favorite, like legitimately a new favorite that I am so in love with. And it is Jani from Soradora. Perhaps it's pronounced Yanni. I am not sure. Yanni is too close to my own name, so I'm going to call it Jani. This smells absolutely delicious. So the notes in here are like baked apple, flaky pastry, cinnamon, all of those like delicious kind of gourmandy goodies. I was worried it would be too sweet. It is certainly not too sweet. I mean, it is sweet, but it's so like kind of airy and really gives you the feeling of a fluffy pastry without smelling too decadent. That's the word. It's not too decadent. It does have this kind of like airy fluffiness about it still. The apple and cinnamon are so delicious in this, and it kind of gives me a little bit of nostalgia because a long time ago I had a lip gloss. I think it was called like something blossom, baby blossom. It was this like light peachy color, and it was such a nice color. They discontinued it and it smelled so good. Kind of smelled this kind of like toasty, caramelly fluffiness about it. So this fragrance has that element in it, and it's just addictive to me. I'm super obsessed with this, and I love Soradora in general. I also got another bottle of Mandorla, which is, to me, a predominantly cherry scent. Although a lot of people will disagree, but you can't really, like, you smell cherry in here. As soon as you smell it, you smell leather and cherry. There's more facets that come out beyond the nose. This is a very intense fragrance, very, very long lasting. I find this a little bit masculine leaning. I find this to be like an intensified version of kind of the Guerlain's L'Homme Idéal DNA. So it has this like almondiness. It has a little bit of iris as well. So powdery facets, almondy facets, cherry. So yeah, perfect for the winter time. I think this one deserves all the hype as well. Then I got a brand new bottle of YSL Libre Le Parfum. Le Parfum is my preferred over the two stronger variations. I did a review of the 4. I'll link it up here. I did not review yet the newest Fougère Platine because I can't get a 100 ml bottle, and I refuse to buy a 50 ml for some reason. Just 100 mils are not available here. So I did try it, I like it, but I just don't have enough data to like give you a proper review. But anyway, the Le Parfum has a really nice warm ginger note and some honey, but it's not too sweet, which I love because honey worries me sometimes. It's a little bit sticky. This doesn't have stickiness from honey. It just has a very interesting facet, and it's more ginger. It's more like added ginger. So out of the intense, I do prefer the Le Parfum. Now, I failed to mention that I have a code with Soradora, and it is thescented10 for 10% off, and I have a 10% off code for room 1015, and I got the Cherry Punk Extrait. This is the same. It's the same as Cherry Punk, the original, but this is a more intensified, like punchy version, and to me, this is even more cherry. Like, to me, this is almost like a cherry liqueur type of scent. It is the same notes. They list the brand on their website, same notes. So very like also cherry and leather dominant, but for me it's almost like a cherry hard candy type of scent. I do think it's one of the best like real cherry fragrances out there. And I have Yesterday from Room 1015. This is perfect for warm weather if you live in a warm climate, and I think it's a really nice masculine scent. It's like a unique, very aromatic freshy. You know, you have a lot of vetiver in here, but it comes out more in the dry down. In the opening, you have a light cardamom note. There's geranium, like a little bit of sweetness in here. Like typical herbaceous type of notes. Like I feel a bit of sage, you know, a bit of lavender, thyme, some citrus notes. And I think that for guys who like freshies, this is an amazing freshie. I think it would make a great gift as well. It's very, very likable, very easy to enjoy and wear, and I think perfect for just an easy grab and go. And it smells different than most other freshies. Now I have this, I believe, Swiss brand. It's called Père Noir, and this fragrance is called Amoral or Amoral, lacking morality, as it were. This is an intense, like oud, almost leather intensive scent. I don't think there's a note of leather listed, but the oud comes through like almost leathery. This is a very villainous fragrance. It is very, very intense, dark. I find this masculine leaning, and this is like kind of a bad boy scent. So if you're looking for like a kind of dangerous, edgy, bad boy scent, like this still is enjoyable to some degree. Has like that, you know how oud has a little bit of almost like a gasoline quality? It has that particular very unique touch. I really like this for men. I will tell you, this cap weighs more, I think weighs more than the bottle. Yes, the cap weighs more than the bottle. So I don't know what they put in there, but it's heavy. I should have a code with them too. Pretty much the scented 10 across the board, and I will make sure everything is linked in the description box for you guys. Now, I was sent this discovery set from House of Sillage, and I shared it on Instagram. My hands are not working today. But anyway, I just wanted to quickly share this with you guys because House of Sillage has been a brand that I had been a little bit reluctant to try, if I'm being fully transparent, because the cupcake bottles, they're so beautiful, but they, to me, tell me this is going to be a sweet fragrance. And I guess you guys already know how I feel about like really, really sweet fragrances. Most of the time I'm a bit scared, not because I don't like sweet fragrances, but because my skin does something that really pulls sweetness. So a fragrance that's already sweet is going to be 3 or 4 times more sweet on my skin, and this has been confirmed by others. So I was worried, but I was wrong, because they have some beauties in this set, and I'll tell you my favorites. They are Emerald Rain. I've been using this so sparingly. It is really long lasting. Kind of reminds me of like Chanel Coromandel DNA, and even Une Nuit Nomade Click Song, like that kind of antique benzoin sort of ambery scent. Love it. Like 10 out of 10 for that one. And I love Nuit et Moi. Nuit et Moi kind of smells like Bottega Veneta, that suede, leathery, dry DNA, even maybe a little bit Gris Dior vibes. So if you like that dry suede-like vibe, that one is flawless. Also 10 out of 10. I also loved Haute Bijou and Chevaux d'Or. Chevaux d'Or has this like wild strawberry and rose scent. It is like almost Delina vibes. It has a very feminine, like gentle, seductive facet about it. And then Haute Bijou has a black currant and mango thing, which I thought would be a bit too tropical, but it actually just has the right level of zing and is so addictive. So yeah, those are my favorite ones. I'm really excited to take a deeper dive into this brand. I know you guys have been asking me for years on my opinion of this brand, and like I'm finally doing it. I'm like a little bit lagging behind. There are so many fragrances out there to discover that I kind of chip my way around. And so now you guys know my favorites according to my taste. Incidentally, they happen to be like the most disliked by Fragrantica, but I'll tell you my theory. My theory is that because of the packaging, I think it pertains to a certain audience, and then those types of scent profiles are not what are expected, and so they immediately get a negative reaction on Fragrantica. But had it been independent of the packaging, I think they would have rated very, very high. So that's just my take. I could be wrong. Now, I got another bottle of Tiffany & Co. This is kind of like a dry, you know, to be trite, like kind of crystal-esque fragrance. It's powdery, irisy, very clear type of scent, very Cinderella-like. In fact, a little while ago, actually probably a long while ago, a friend of mine and I talked about Disney princess scents, and this was the one we picked for Cinderella. It is very Cinderella. I mean, come on. And of course, I got Jo Malone Ginger Biscuit. I have been on the hunt for this scent for so many years and just had recently picked up what's kind of thought to be a dupe, which was a Secret Sucré from Molinard, which I shared in a previous Fragrance By video. And then lo and behold, Jo Malone releases this in just the most beautiful packaging. So yes, I had to buy it. Is it long lasting? Absolutely not. But does it smell amazing? Absolutely yes. It does smell like a ginger biscuit, but not a super sweet one, almost like a ginger snap. If you're someone like me who likes to go to IKEA for the snacks, you know the ginger snaps? That's this. I'm going to remind you guys again that if you want to sample any of this, it's on thescented.ca, and that's why the ginger biscuit is already like kind of low, even though I got it not that long ago, is because, of course, it's kind of a limited edition. Also grabbed Chanel Chance Eau Fraiche EDP, the EDP version. I will say I do prefer this over the EDT, which I found to be almost too much citrusy. This has more depth, a little bit more body, more wearable even in the cold weather. I have only worn it once. So I will review this compared to the EDT, but in due time when I wear it a little bit more. Off the bat though, I do really like it. And of course I needed another amber musk. This runs out so many times in a year because it's one of my favorite fragrances. It's one of the most beautiful musk fragrances. So not only do I use it a ton, but it's also very popular in the decant shop. And I can't be without this scent. It's kind of a sweet, warm, cozy, fluffy, musky scent. There's a really nice oil, the Nemat Amber Musk Oil. I picked it up on Amazon a while ago and it's very popular on social media. This is kind of a similar vibe, but this has more intensity to it. I received this really nice fragrance called Dixie Iris from Coastal Carolina. It's an independent fragrance house. If you know Cam, he's also a fragrance reviewer, and this scent is iris but with piney notes. It's very masculine and not the usual representation of iris. This isn't like super powdery. This has this like crisp foresty freshness. It gives you mountainside vibes. That like crisp air is really captured in here. The pine, the like greenness, I get a lot of that in here, and I think an amazing masculine take on an iris scent, and it's not your typical iris scent. Now I got Byron's Mula Mula, and first I thought that a second bottle of Green Butterfly showed up and I was so excited, but then I was like, oh, Mula Mula double caramel. Oh, let's explore. I know caramel has been having a little bit of a moment, and I'll tell you what, it has potential. But it has that, I wish I wasn't so sensitive to it, that sharpness, that pinchy note that hurts my nose. When you know, you know. And I know that some of you guys smell it in fragrances and you've connected with me in the comments about it. If you don't smell that note, I am like, I wish I was you. I wish I couldn't smell it because there are so many fragrances that have potential and have longevity. And for me, my sensors just can't handle it. And I can't process anything really except for that. And this unfortunately has that. So I find it in the original Mula Mula and I find it in here. So besides that, I get a hint of a really nice, sweet, deep, caramelly, kind of fruity vibe in here. And I just wish that it didn't have that sharpness because this fragrance has so much potential. So I'm like pretty heartbroken actually. But those of you guys who don't smell that sharpness and love caramel, this is probably going to be one that you adore. From Byron, stand by what I said before. My favorites are Green Butterfly and Black Dragon. Those ones are 10 out of 10s. And Green Butterfly I'm absolutely addicted to. Like one of my favorite discoveries of the year. But I know that Mula Mula is the crowd favorite. Anyway, I do have a code with them as well. Same as all the other ones, the Scented 10. Now I picked up some rare gems. And I picked up Stella McCartney, the rose fragrance that everybody raves about and is super heartbroken that it's discontinued. I managed to get a partial bottle, and this is indeed one of the best rose fragrances that I've ever smelled. It's rose and peony. It is very true, and it just smells so feminine and beautiful and like simple and complex at the same time. So yeah, anybody who like really loves a true rose scent, this is the one. And I don't know why they discontinued it, but they did. But at least I have it now, so that's also going to be up on the shop. And then I got Thierry Mugler's Angel Passion, I believe, in the red bottle. So to me, this basically smells exactly like Angel, and in fact, the liquid is blue inside. I guess the only thing really that it has going for it is that it is the pre-reformulation by Thierry Mugler instead of the current day's Mugler. So it does smell a little bit more like the original, but really like it's Angel is Angel. Like it's still Angel. I really do like this scent, but it's one that I like to smell and not wear on myself. I feel so not myself when I wear this fragrance, but I'm a collector. I wanted to have the collection piece, and so I picked that up as well. Now I got Glossier U. Glossier U is nice. It's a bit of a dry scent. I guess it does kind of smell like Room 15 Sonic Flower. I prefer Sonic Flower, but it's a bit more powdery and irisy. This is more of the like wood shaving type of scent. So I guess if anything, this is more of like a feminine version of like Molecule 01. Something between Molecule 01 and Not a Perfume. It is a really nice scent. It's soft, it's irisy. I do really like it. It smells very cream, like lotion-like. And in fact, I layered this with Pure Poison from Dior one day. And my hubby actually didn't even realize it was a fragrance I was wearing. He was like, oh, I thought you like put on some really nice lotion. So if you're going for that lotion-like vibe, this definitely delivers. And if you layer it with Pure Poison, then even more. Then I grabbed a bottle of Tom Ford's Oud Wood from fragrancebuy.ca. It's also already running a bit low. I always need to have this on hand. In fact, I always need to have two bottles. One is my man's bottle that I need him to wear constantly, and then another one for the shop. Oud Wood is my favorite oud fragrance. It's very crowd pleasing, but it still has this distinct like kind of intensity of oud, just a little bit simplified and made, I guess, a little bit more likable to us Westerners. Look, they got me. I think it's the creme de la creme. Like, I'm obsessed with it, and I feel like if we were to choose one oud fragrance, like this would be the one. So yes, oud wood I always need to have. Now I want to share some other amazing recent discoveries. I got some goodies from a brand called Olfactive Studios, which has actually been around for a while, but I never got a chance to try it until now. And so one of my favorites is Auto Portrait that I got this little bottle of. This is kind of a elmy resin scent, so it smells kind of like pine sap, smoky a little bit. Yeah, it's so good. It really gives you that true essence of being in a forest, that sap scent, but with a little bit of a smokiness. There's no greenness. It's really that sappiness of the tree, and I'm obsessed with it. It's that same note that I find in Eau Dwell from Diptyque. I think it's really unisex, but very, very attractive on men. But I wore it myself too the other day, and I love it. It also is a very therapeutic scent. It makes me feel like I'm like at an outdoor spa with, like, you know, the one I've been raving about lately, where it's like a outdoor water spa with saunas and like little bonfires. That gives me the same feeling. Now I got also Lumière Blanche. Lumière Blanche is a nice sandalwood scent. It's milky, and it has this, here, I'll show you if I can get this open. The bottle has this opalesque quality to it. I don't know if you guys can see it. I can see it, but I'm not sure it's coming through on camera. I think it's a must-have for sandalwood lovers. Anybody who likes a little bit of spiciness too. There's some cardamom, there's some gentle spices, almond. It's like a creamy, powdery, woody scent. Very easy to wear, very unisex as well. And another one that I loved as I was going through the discovery set, it was called Chambre Noire. Chambre Noire has this antique-y scent that I really love in fragrances, and a bit of a smokiness. Like, it does feel like a dark room for sure. I looked through my samples. I can't find it, but it was one of my favorites. I'm still working through the discovery set. There are a lot of fragrances to get through in this collection, and I'm super excited to kind of chip away and see what else is really good. But yeah, the Auto Portrait and the Lumière Blanche are beautiful. Chambre Noire, though, is like my number one. It's just really like a smoky, leathery, dark room, but not overwhelmingly so. So that's pretty much it for my end of year haul. I hope you guys enjoyed going through all of these new discoveries with me. Please comment down below. Let me know some of your favorite new discoveries this year, and what have you guys been hauling lately. I will definitely check them out if I haven't already. Thanks again, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.